Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve our Skillrack daily challenge using Python programming language. Before going to logic, if you didn't subscribe to our channel, then subscribe right now and make our work more meaningful. First, we'll understand our question. The program has to accept the two integers R and C, that is rows and columns, and then the two integer matrix of R cross C, and then this will be M1 and M2, and after getting, we have to flip the matrix M2, that is reversing each column, and then we have to print the product of M1 and the M2, that is modified M2. So this one should be multiplying the integer at the same position. So first we are going to accept the number of rows and columns, and then the two integer matrices of size R cross C, that is M1 and M2, and we have to flip the matrix M2, that is reversing each column, and then print the product of M1 and M2, that is multiplying the integer at same position. Now we'll take our first test case. So in this test case we have a 3 cross 3 matrix. So in this matrix you can see that this is M1 and this is M2, and now we are going to flip this M2, that is reversing each column, that is now when we flip each column you can see that we'll get like this, that is you can see that the first column becomes the last row, the first row becomes the last row, and the middle row remains the same, but the last row will become the first row. So now we are going to get the product of this modified M2 and M1. So for that, it will also be in a 3 cross 3 matrix. So finding their product, that is so here we'll have now 1 into 3 is 3. So the first index will have 3, and then 3 into 10 is 30, so we'll have 30, and then 5 into 7 we have 35, and then 8 into 6 it is 48, and then 26 into 47 it is 12222, 1222, and then we'll extend it so the number is visible. Now 7 into 40 is 280, and then 25 into 5 is 125, and 36 into 6 is 216, and 2 into 31 is 62. And now this will be our output. So our output will be this matrix. Now we'll go to our next test case. So let us move to our next test case. In this test case we have a 4 cross 3 matrix. Now we are going to flip this M2, that is reversing the columns. So after reversing, you can see that the last row will become the first row, the last but first row will become the second row, and second row becomes the last but first row, and everything is changed. Now the first row has become last row, and we have got our modified M2. And now after getting the modified M2, we are going to find the product between. So you can see that the rows are being changed. Now we are going to find the product between the modified M2 and M1. So the product will be like 24 into 17. That is the first index will be 24 into 17, that is 408, and then 82 into 74, it is 6068, and then 57 into 15, it is 855, and then 34 into 45, it is 1530, and then 16 into 16, it is 256. Then multiplying the numbers at same position, you'll get all these. Then at last we have 16 into 30, which is 480. So now we'll extend it so that the number is visible. Yes. So this will be the product, and which will be our output. Now let us implement our program. First we'll get R comma C, this number of rows and columns, and then after that we'll get the true matrices M1, and then after getting M1, row in range R, we'll get M2, the same as it is. And then after getting M2, now we are going to flip this M2. So for that, we'll use this slicing operation, that is -1. So this will reverse the rows so as that columns will also be flipped. So this will modify M2. And now for row in range R and for column in range C, we have to print the product, right? So M1 row and column into M2 row column. That is, here M2 will denote the modified matrix. So we'll get the product, and after that we'll print new line. Now we'll pass our first test case. So yes, we have got the correct output. As you can see, the product. Now we'll pass our second test case. Here also we have got the correct output.
Our program has passed all our given test cases successfully. Hope you guys understand. Thanks for watching. See you next video.